Hello everyone, welcome back to Eurovision Ireland and our Destination Paris series. This is show 3. Let's say hello to all the team. You got Bogdan.
Hello.
Myself, Richard. You got John and maybe an appearance from Staggy.
Hi folks.
Sarah.
Hi everyone.
And James.
Hi everyone.
Today we're going to be looking at the entries from Italy, Spain, Portugal, North Macedonia and Bulgaria. And after we've reviewed those 5 songs, we're also going to look at this year's common song, which is called Imagine. So starting us off with Italy is Bogdan.
Right. Thank you, Richard. For Italy, we have Elisabetta Lisa with the song Specchio, or Mirror on the Wall. Well, I'm really excited about this song. It's a blend of a powerful rock with some soft melodic tunes. It's anthemic, it's powerful, and yeah, it's memorable. And the song is mainly in Italian with a few words of English, which I don't mind, but I would have preferred to be all in Italian for my personal taste. What can I say? If she can pull this song live, we will possibly have a double win for Italy. They will win. They already won the Eurovision Song Contest, and maybe they could win Junior as well. I absolutely love it, and I think it's brilliant, and I can't wait to see her performing live. So well done, Italy.
Right, next up is Spain, which I'm going to take. The performer is Levi Diaz, and I hope I pronounce this correctly. The song is called Raya, which translates either smile or laugh in English, depending on the translation engine you use on the internet. I like this. It's quite an up-tempo performance, lively. Unlike the official video, 4 backing dancers are going to be used during the performance. So this could provide a clue to how the performance will be staged if you look at the video. Drums are also used during the official video, and I get a feeling they could appear as props as well in France. I get a feeling Spain is like Poland and France have returned in the last few years. They're gunning for a win. Poland have done it twice since 2016. France did it once and they returned in 2018. I honestly think this is a good chance for Spain. And yes, I have won before back in 2005, but obviously they withdrew from the contest after 2006. So I think it's a long-deserved coming victory for Spain, hopefully. Right, we now move on to Portugal, and John is going to take us through this.
Right, yes. Now, it's sung by Simão Oliveira. I think that's right, and it's called Ora Raj, which from the internet, I mean, means the guy or gent, I suppose. Now, Simão, he's got a look about him, hasn't he? I mean, if you look at the video, and he's refreshing with his spectacles, which is good. He's got a lovely cap. And I'm assuming he's going to be wearing the proper suit. He's going to wear the full schmotter on the big night next month. And I listened to this, and my head and my heart have been saying completely different things about this, because I love Fado. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful genre of music. I love it. You know, I've been in Lisbon. I've heard it, and it's just so nice. It's so it's just Portuguese. I mean. But the song kicks off, and you don't need to know it's Portuguese, but you know it's Portugal just by the Fado thing about it. And I love it. It's got a powerful chorus. There's times when I think it's going to kick into something a bit more up tempo, but it doesn't, which is good. I love it. And that's the heart talking. Then the head kicks in. I think it's too grown up for Junior Eurovision. Much as I hate to say it, it's not a contest song. I know Portugal has had very, very mixed success in Big JESC with Fado or anything Fado related. And whilst I love it, I really do, I don't think it's going to hit the mark, not with the audience. A Big JESC market may well go for it, but Junior, I'm sounding really negative here, and I don't mean to be, because I love it. I really do. But I'd love to see Simão maybe in Big JESC in a few years' time with something equally as Fado. this could be his training. So sadly, much as I want it to do well, I don't think it will, I'm afraid. Sorry, Portugal. But save this sort of, put this sort of stuff in Big ESC and you could be onto a winner.
Let's move on to North Macedonia, and it's the turn of Sarah.
Right, North Macedonia. So this year they're represented by Green Forces and Dalia Musica. Hope I got the pronunciation right. I apologise to all from North Macedonia if I haven't. Now then, North Macedonia. Now, normally in Big ESC, I'm usually used to Macedonia producing ballads, really powerful ballads. So I was wondering whether they'd go for something like this in Junior Eurovision. But I have to say I'm really pleasantly surprised by this, because actually it's really very, very good. It's a very upbeat, very catchy song. It's sung by it's sung by a group combination, boys and girls. And I have to say it has a bit of everything in it, and I think North Macedonia are definitely targeting the younger audience, which isn't a bad thing. After all, we are in Junior Eurovision. It's, as I say, catchy, upbeat. And what I like is it has elements of every single type of music you could think of here. So you've got a little bit of the club type music, anthemic. There's an ethnic music in there. The vocals are really good, and they're actually in harmony with each other as well, which is really nice. And there's some good key changes there. Yeah, I have to think this has got the potential to do really well. The only thing is we haven't actually seen a stage performance of it, and I'm fascinated to see how they will stage this, because if I think they come to Paris with a really not good sort of upbeat, very lively staging, I think this has got a chance of doing really well, and I would like to see it do well. So well done, North Macedonia.
And finally, for tonight's 2021 entry reviews, it's James and Bulgaria.
Right, so Bulgaria back to Junior Eurovision for the first time in quite a few years, and they are being represented by Denislava and Martin with The Voice of Love, or Voice of Love, sorry. This is a really interesting one. It has very gentle melodies at the beginning. Their voices are very soft, but they harmonise really well, and it sounds quite Christmassy. I know that's a really weird thing to say about music, but it's got that sort of nice, gentle feel to it, and you're like, oh, this is nice. And you think for a JESC that's taking place in sort of mid to late December, having a bit of a Christmassy edge to it could work really well for it. Now, I'm hoping that one of my colleagues here can help me out, because this has really been annoying me for quite a few days now. There's a part in the song where they go la 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 la, and it reminds me of another song. There is another song, I think it's from 70s, 80s, possibly early 90s, but it really puts me in mind of something else. I can't think what it is. It's really irritating me. Is anyone? I can see everyone looking like,
I'm going to need another listen. I'm going to need to listen to it again, I think, a few more times.
So will I, yeah. I could think of a song in just not so long ago, but probably wouldn't be a popular thing to say.
So yeah, it's interesting, because something like that, like when I heard it, I was like, oh, that sounds too similar to something else. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes tapping into that familiarity can have really, if something feels familiar, people are going to respond to it and vote for it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. I like the fact that it starts out in Bulgarian and then they switch to English. I know we've said with a few other entries, they're like literally switching line by line language. And so that gets really messy. So having a fully Bulgarian verse and then a fully English verse, I like that. I think that's brilliant. I think saving the English for later, it just works for me, because I think you're drawn in by something, oh, I don't understand what they're saying. So you're just listening to the sound of their voice and the music. And then having the English is like, oh, now I know what they're saying. I think that works really well. Now, there are quite a few duets heading to Paris this year. So Bulgaria aren't going to stand out in that respect, but they do harmonise really well. And they do seem to have good chemistry together, which I think will work in their favour. So far, I've only seen the official music video where they're stood in a studio recording, and I also saw them on Bulgarian daytime television, and it was much the same setup, just standing there singing. I'm really curious to see what they will do on stage, because I think a song like this, needs a bit of staging. We don't want them to go too wild and over the top because, you know, their voices should carry the song. But I'd just be curious to see what they do on stage, because I think if they can fine-tune stage and get it right, then I think Bulgaria could be onto something quite special here.
And as I forgot to say at the beginning, our reviews tonight for Italy, Spain, Portugal, North Macedonia were based on the official video, and Bulgaria was from a TV performance, not a national final, which like others have been. And also Italy and Spain have come best first before, Bulgaria second, North Macedonia fifth, and Portugal 14th. So obviously Italy and Spain want another win and the others want to improve. Finally, we're moving on to the common song, which this year is called Imagine. It is written by Maud Martin, Anton Wick, and Julian Blatt. All proceeds of the sale of the song are going to UNICEF, and Junior Eurovision have worked alongside UNICEF before. The version we have listened to is sung by one of the songwriters, Maud Martin. So, Bogdan, would you like to start us off?
Sure. Well, I quite like the song, obviously. It's quite happy, upbeat, and yes, really repetitive a little bit, but it works. It has the theme of this year, it's Imagine. And as like a joke, because we're part of press, I think we'll have to do lots of imagining, considering we won't have an online press this year. So for some of us who can't actually go to Paris, we'll have to imagine quite a lot. So thank you very much. But yeah, other than that, no, back to the song. The song is quite lovely and I quite enjoy it. It's modern and it's perfect for the theme.
I found it a bit too festive, and I know Junior has been held festive time of year, but it doesn't grab me as much as say others like Together back in 2014, which has since been used as the opener for the Welsh national final back in 2018 and 19, or for instance Share a Joy. But we haven't seen the participants perform this yet, so my mind could be completely changed if I'm all honest with you. But when you hear a songwriter sing it and not the participants, I found it hard to judge. John, what do you think?
I think when we do get to see it, as was done in Warsaw last year when this sort of thing was tried, it does work. You know, it's interesting hearing like the sort of the first version, but I think it will work when they're all there on stage or on camera or whatever. It's a nice song. It's nice and upbeat. It's like, oh, let's love each other and just think about the good things, because after the 2 years we've had, I think we need all the upbeatedness we can get, and this will just help with it. And it's upbeat. It's taking us into Christmas. It's all nice and safe, and the sort of thing that you hear in this sort of environment, you know, with a interval acts and that sort of thing. So it's good. It's good. It's nice. It's just what we need, I think.
Sarah, what did you think?
Well, I'm with John on this one. I'd just like to say I particularly like the title Imagine, because it's a nice throwback to the winning song last year. And when you think about it, imagining is what children do. You know, children have got the most vivid imaginations out of anybody, being creative, you know, writing words, writing songs. And I think this fits nicely with Junior Eurovision. I really do. It's uplifting. There's a lot of positivity in the song, which, as John said, this is something that we all need after the horrible couple of years that we've had. And I just think it will be good overall for the contest.
And finally, James, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, you know, Paris 2021, you know, the theme of the contest is Imagine. We have Germany singing Imagine Us, then we've got this song Imagine. So as Bogdan said, we're going to be doing Imagine overload at this point. There's a lot of imagining going on. Yeah, well, no, just sort of hark back to something Richard said about it sounding very festive. This feels to me like they have sort of sprinkled quite a bit of Christmas over the top, or maybe that's just me. I'm excited. I'm hearing Christmas everywhere, but I sort of feel like this is something that they're trying to say, you know, oh, let's see if we can get this #1 at Christmas. You know, that sort of has that feeling to it. it's very sweet. It's got a modern edge to it. It's quite boppy and upbeat. As we've said, it's sort of very We Are the World in terms of lyrics. And it's the kind of thing, if it was going to the contest itself, like if it was a competing entry, I'd sort of be a bit, you know, it's sort of a bit cloying. But I think when it's an interact like this, and it's to sort of bring everyone in, everything, I think actually it's quite sweet and it works like that. And yeah, it will be interesting to see. Hearing like a composer sing it is one thing. It'll be interesting to hear children's voices sing it, because I think that will sort of give it sort of a new life, and I look forward to seeing how that sounds.
Brilliant. Well, that's just about it. The final review show will feature Georgia, Ireland, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Kazakhstan. So from all of us here, bye-bye.
Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.